Hi again. Okay, it's morning for me again. I usually do these in the morning. I did just roll out of bed, but I'm feeling a lot peppier than I was yesterday. And what I want to share with you today, well, let me back up. This is my 4th time juicing. This is my 5th video. So my first video was how I prepared to juice, and then the next videos are the actual juicing and things that I'm learning. I'm learning something every time I do this, and I'm learning from other people as I'm talking about it and, you know, watching videos and all that. So what I want to talk to you about today are tips from a viewer. Yay, I have a couple viewers already. But this particular viewer is one of my aunts. I sent her the links to all the videos that I've done, and she is actually an avid juicer and has been doing so for about 6 or 7 years. And she initially started juicing to reverse some medical issues, did that over several years, and now juices as just a way of life because of the nutrients and how awesome it is for you. So she watched my videos and had really great feedback. So I want to give you some of those tips that she gave me. I also want to juice for you. I'm doing a modification on the mean green, and I'll show you, yeah, I'll kind of incorporate the two. Let me first start with my aunt. Hi, Tammy. And actually, for you people who don't really know me, I come from a really big Irish Catholic family. My mom's one of 11, and all of the girls in the family are named Mary whatever. So Mary Catherine, Mary Elizabeth, Mary whatever. And Tammy, we call her Mary Tamra. She's actually a friend of the family that has been adopted into, and I've known her since I was born. So Mary Tamra, this video is dedicated to you and all that you've contributed to my life over so many years. All the hilarity and truthfulness and honesty and coolness that you bring to the world. I love it. Okay, so that's Mary Tamra. I'm going to tell you what she told me. So she watched my videos and said a few things. The first is that she loved them, by the way. Hope you do too. The second is that she would probably reduce the amount of apples that I was using in the mean green. I was going by Joe Cross's mean green recipe from his Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, or the reboot, wherever you want to find it. So normally it's 2 Granny Smith apples. So I have been doing research. There's a lot of sugar in apples, and actually more so in carrots, which I learned yesterday because I juiced with carrots yesterday. So I'm probably going to back off on that because I'm really still trying to keep my sugar, even natural sugars, kind of low. So thank you, Mary Tamra. Only going to do 1 apple today. The other thing that she mentioned that was really helpful and that I've been looking for all over the place is that all leafy greens should be juiced on low settings. That's the international sign for low. So in my video yesterday, was unsure if it should be high or low. She confirmed for me that all of them should be on low for the most yield. If you do them on high in this, they'll just whip right through and go into the pulp container, which you don't get any benefit then, and you've wasted your money. Which, if you might remember, I want the maximum benefit for the least amount of effort because I'm lazy. So that's why juicing is a part of my life again. Not again, for the first time. This is the first time. This era is the first time. The other thing that she offered, which was really cool, was what to do with the pulp sorry, the sound effect there. So I just throw it away, but she said, she gave me 2 different options, which I'd kind of heard before, but had not really thought about it for me. She said, find someone in my network who gardens and then give it to them for their composting. Duh, why didn't I think of that? Because I do have friends who garden, and they've talked to me about having my own gardens, which of course I'm never probably going to do. Although, you never know. Who in the world knew that I would be juicing? Going from fast food obesity to, hey, I dig juicing. So you never know. The second thing that she told me could be an option, and this made me laugh because I'm pretty sure I'm never going to do this, is that I could use it in soups or baking. I guess a lot of people use it for extra fiber. Although this is, and I quote her exactly what she said in her email, quote, somehow I don't think you'll take me up on that. Yeah, Mary Tamra, you know me. I don't do a lot of cooking. I don't do a lot of baking anymore. I did when I was a kid, but I don't now. Anyway, so thank you, Mary Tamra. Those were really helpful pieces of information. Some other little tidbits that I would like to share with you that I have been learning. Well, actually, let me back up. For those of you who this is your first video with me, I'll give you a tiny recap. I have been overweight my whole life. Fat kid, fat grown-up. I'm not a yo-yo dieter, but I have lost weight, a significant amount of weight, 3 different times in my life. And the most recent being now. I just recently lost about 59, 60 pounds. and I did that on a completely different system, and I did that on HCG. But prior to that, in general, I would eat whatever I wanted. I knew things were bad, but I would say that I would choose convenience always over nutrition in the past. And that's kind of changing now as a result of this time around and juicing. The reason I'm juicing is not because I want to be trendy, which it is right now, and not because I want the health nut subculture to think I'm super awesome, but because I hate vegetables and I won't eat them if I have choices. If I had a choice between a vegetable and almost anything else, I would choose anything else, with the exception of maybe fish. So, but juicing the vegetables where I don't have to chew them and taste them, but I can just drink them, is fantastic for me. It's like, why didn't I do this sooner? So I can get a ton of nutrients, way more than I ever would have gotten by eating them over the course of probably years in my life. I'm getting that through juicing now. Here's kind of an interesting thing that I read on other blogs and heard on other videos, and I didn't believe it, but it's actually happening for me now, is that I woke up this morning and kind of craved what I was gonna make this morning in the juicing arena. What? I honestly thought, oh, I'm gonna juice and I'm gonna have to like force it down every day. And all these other people that say eventually your body just craves it and you want it. I'm here to say that as of this morning, it's true for me. I thought, oh, I'm really looking forward to having this. And you probably can't see all of it, but I'll try. Uh-oh. I might have a malfunction here. Yeah, so all of this, I would never have eaten this in real life. Not that I'm in like an alternate reality right now, and spinach. So I'm gonna put all this in here, and my body actually, I want the taste of it. So that's weird and bizarre. A couple of other things, or one other thing that I want to tell you before I juice all this, is that I have come to understand which vegetables are probably going to need to be the staples that are in my fridge all the time. Because all of the different recipes call for different things, but the things that keep coming up as common and also that yield a lot of actual juice, which I want bulk juice, are these. So I would say these are now going to be what's on my grocery list all the time, and I want to make sure that I have plenty of it in my fridge. Cucumbers, celery, kale, spinach, which my thing for spinach is buying the huge bag that's already pre-leafed and washed from a natural produce store, but still. So cucumber, celery, kale, spinach, ginger, and apple. I think it's funny that I just said ginger because I'd actually never even had it before like 5 days ago or 4 days ago. So those are the ingredients that I'm learning are going to need to be my staples for juicing all the time. I'm going to go ahead and pause us here. Okay, so I'm going to juice. And again, remember, this is the 4th time that I've juiced anything in my life. This is my 5th video about it. And what I'm doing is the mean green, but I'm doing a variation of it. So I'm going to do kale. I'm going to read his recipe and then tell you my modifications. A bulk of kale, 4 stalks of celery. Again, the only reason I cut them is for storage in my fridge, but you don't have to cut them. So that's kind of the fun of juicing, is less work. 1 cucumber. The recipe calls for 2 Granny Smith apples. I'm only doing 1. Here's the other quarter over here. Half a lemon. This is actually kind of a smaller side of the lemon, so we'll see what happens. And then ginger root. It says a thumb size. That might even be too big. Yeah, I'm going to cut that down because that's freaky. And then I am throwing in, the modifications that I'm making to it is that I'm throwing in about 2 or 3 handfuls of loose spinach. Just honestly because I think the spinach is going to go bad in my fridge, so I wanted to move it along. Okay, so here we go for the juicing. Also to remember that when you juice, a couple of things. You should always start, excuse me, you should always start on low and work your way to the high setting. Wow, what is going on here? Another tip that I want you to keep remembering is to peel off the stickers that come on any of your produce because they're not delicious. Okay, here we go. What am I forgetting? Okay, so I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to start from lowest to highest. And you may have caught on with my gig is that I line them up lowest to highest so that I don't lose my mind and do it backwards. And all leafy greens go on low. Okay, so here we go. Turn it on. Oh, low. Yeah. I don't know why, but I always like to start with the cucumber. When you push down, go slow so you get the most yield. So you can see the juice coming in over here. The pulp is coming out in the pulp container. For the lemon, usually this gets kind of loud, the lemon does. I've noticed in my videos that I make a very serious face as I'm watching the juicing happening. So I'm gonna try and work on that. I'm gonna try and smile, like a fake smile, like when you're in your wedding pictures. No matter what's happening, just gonna try to keep smiling. This is delicious. There we go. I must be putting the lemons in wrong because that happens to me every time. Okay, leafy greens, they say that you should kind of ball them up, so, and I'm assuming so that it gives it more density for the juicing aspect. Ah. I can smell the lemon and also some just splattered in my eye. Oh, you might have noticed too that I did not wear an apron this time. That's because I feel like I've graduated from the apron. I think I kind of got the hang of this. Well, to some extent. So I'm pushing this down gently and it's kind of resisting me, but that's okay because I want to get the most out of the kale as possible, so I don't want to force it. Although I feel like I am. I feel like I'm kind of fighting the machine this morning. It's totally fighting me. Maybe I pressed it down, or maybe I balled it up too hard. My arms are actually shaking. My biceps are burning. Okay, whatever. It can be angry, I don't care. So same thing with spinach. Ball it up. And you can kind of leave it in the chute until you get a lot of it in there because you don't really want it to hit the blade until you have a lot of density. Again, so that you can get the highest yield. I totally sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. This is all learned from different videos and blogs that people have been so kind to furnish. That's the only reason I'm doing this too, is because I'm trying to give back. So, what's new in your life? Seen any good movies lately? Oh, speaking of movies, I'm gonna go see that Shark 3D movie this weekend. And I know you probably don't know me, but I love sharks. I have kind of a love-hate. I'm pretty convinced that I'm gonna die at the jaws of a shark. Jaws is my all-time favorite movie. Grew up on it. So if you, oh, I don't think you would have seen the movie. It hasn't come out yet. Okay, now I'm gonna switch it to high because the next ingredients all go on high. So I'm gonna do apple and ginger root. Yeah, game on. Celery is a high yield vegetable also. It gives a lot of juice, which I did. Again, I mentioned in another video, a lot of the skin of the apple comes out in here. I'm not sure if that's normal or not. Oh please, I forgot the thing. Sorry I keep doing that. Okay. So I'm just gonna let the rest of the juice kind of drip into there. So I got a few spinach leaves on the floor. And you may remember from my other videos, or if you're new to joining me, I don't like to drink this stuff directly on my lips. I like to use something that has a straw in it. So that's what I do. And I stir it, because I'm kind of learning the reason I'm stirring it is that there tends to be separation. Can you see? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can you see that? There's a little bit of separation, and that's just probably oxidation and the different components of the different ingredients. Today this yielded the maximum allowable human dosage. That's a Seinfeld quote. I'm guessing this is about 34 ounces that everything I just juiced yielded. Okay, so this is a 20-ounce cup, mug, whatever it is. Again, another tip, if you want this to be cold, make sure that your ingredients are right out of the refrigerator. Where am I over here? Okay, so 20 ounces, let's see how this tastes. Again, I modified the mean green. Totally fine. Yes. So my modifications were 1 less apple, which doesn't really impact the sweetness of it. So thank you, Mary Tamra. I am getting the same flavor with less sugar. You're sweet. You're awesome. The other modification is that I added spinach. So I can't taste any difference in that. I'm just hoping that there's more nutrients as a result of it. So awesome. Those are my tips and hopes and dreams for today. And again, I say this at the end of every video because I really actually mean it. In real life, I don't say things that I don't mean. So this is real life. I dig juicing. I totally think it's worth the investment. Monetarily, time, and then I think the payoff is my health. And I'm also pretty sure my mom would be pretty proud of that. My mom tries to be healthy, and I have not up until this point in my life. So maybe I'll send this video to my mom. All right, I'm probably going to put the rest of this in the refrigerator and drink it for like a little snack or lunch, because this will take me well into the afternoon. I won't be hungry. So again, juice on. I've been made fun of a lot for that little tagline, and I'm going to own it. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, juice on. Have a great day and life.